Hi, everybody. Welcome again to our midweek talk. So, our latest exercise wasn't exactly a hit, but it made me realize that it's time already to move forward, meaning it's time to move beyond exercises and start creating actual artworks. It's not that what we've created so far lacks artistic value, far from that. At the end of each exercise, I always make sure to show you a preview of how the works would look on the wall so that you can see that despite any flaws, they are still worth displaying. Actually, I have quite a few displayed on my own walls, and friends and family asked to keep some of them, and I have even sold quite a few of them. However, from this weekend on, we will focus on making more structured and conceptual art. We will apply what we've learned so far to create pieces that will share a cohesive sense of style, even as we explore different subjects. For instance, we will mix botanicals with animals, infuse abstractions with landscapes, portraits with florals, as well as play more with colors, anatomy, and composition itself. We were already making more complex compositions as part of our learning journey, but I believe that we are ready to take a bold leap and integrate new concepts already. I also want to make this journey more interactive and find ways to connect with your work and provide more personalized guidance. So let's take a moment to reflect on how we got here, especially for those who joined us more recently. We started with a simple idea: anyone can create art. Not just any art, but good art. Art that you will be proud of, art with visual appeal worthy of your walls. And even if you don't have any formal training, if you grasp the basics, lines, shapes, forms, space, color, and above all, composition, you can make art. It's that simple. All it takes is arranging these elements within a space and infusing them with emotion. We tackled the basics in our first 8 meetings. Those first videos were a bit dry, but they were essential because understanding the basics is what allows you to bring your artistic vision to life. Then we moved into practical exercises. Each week we explored a new theme, from botanicals to abstract, from portraits to landscapes, from geometric shapes to basic animal studies, always breaking the subjects down into their simplest forms so that it would be easier for you to follow. We made much use of watercolor on paper, mainly because watercolor is very friendly. It is water-based, easy to clean, and very manageable. Also, it grants very great textures. Anyway, so a few takeaways from what we've done so far. One, don't be afraid to start. The hardest part of any creative journey is beginning. So don't be overwhelmed or intimidated or afraid. Just start making it. Two, create, don't imitate. It is okay to be inspired by others or use their work as references, but avoid copying others. Your work should reflect your own vision and emotions, and that's what makes it unique and memorable. Three, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. That's why we created so many compositions each week. They were quick and not exactly meant to be perfect. The goal was to get you comfortable and free from the fear of making art. Four, don't be a hostage to realism. Yes, realism is great, but it is not the only path to good art. Many people with natural artistic intuition often give up quickly when they struggle to visually replicate reality. But think of this, the world around you is just a starting point for you to create and share your own vision of it. 5. Embrace mistakes. Every artist fails all the time. There's not such thing as a perfect work or a perfect artist. The masterpieces that you admire exist now because their creators push through their failures. We should embrace mistakes, learn with them, and even incorporate them to what we do. 6. Art doesn't have to be beautiful, it has to evoke feelings. Art isn't just about technique or the visuals, it's about emotion. A painting can be visually stunning, but if it doesn't stir any emotions, it is easily forgotten. That's why a technically perfect piece can feel empty, and one that is unconventional or disruptive can be deeply moving. 7. Don't compare yourself to others. It is easy to feel discouraged when looking at more experienced artists, but everyone has their own journey. Focus on your own progress rather than measuring yourself against someone else's successes. And finally, art is personal. Not everyone will connect with your work, and that's okay. Just as we all relate to different experiences, your art will speak deeply to some while leaving others untouched. And that's the beauty of it. It's like music. Not everyone enjoys opera or hip hop or heavy metal, yet the world is richer for having them all. So, moving forward, starting this weekend, our focus will shift from exercising to creating real, thoughtful art. We will be making fewer pieces per session, like 3 or 4, no more than that, rather than the usual 6, because it will grant us more time to refine the compositions and talk more about the process. And for the sake of practicality, we will keep on using the same materials, but we'll also make use of oils, plaster, fabric, wood to expand our creative possibilities. I hope this community keeps on growing, that you continue to enjoy the learning process, and most importantly, that you never stop creating. As always, keep on practicing, and thank you for joining us.